Hello, friends. Excuse the atmosphere. I'm at work trying to wrap up some things before I get out of town for my break coming up, and wanted to do a quick news drop so it wouldn't feel like I didn't get anything in there. I was going to go into the very top story for the weekend, which was Jaguar and their very sad rebranding and how people are freaking the hell out of it. But guess what? As ChatGPT was not understanding the request, I saw breaking news pop through and I edited it myself, and so we have a real story, real news that actually can bother me a bit and can bother us all, if you will, based on your viewing of how things work out with Jack Smith and Donald Trump. Special counsel Jack Smith requested that the dismissal of the criminal case against President-elect Donald Trump happen, like right now, regarding the alleged attempt to overturn the 2022 election. Smith cited a long-standing Department of Justice policy that bars the indictment and prosecution of sitting presidents, emphasizing that this constitutional prohibition is categorical regardless of the crime's gravity. This may be a big deal, but he's going to be president, so let's not break any precedent going forward. Trump's legal team, of course, did not oppose his dismissal because they want it gone. And now U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan has to actually rule on the request. She still has to approve it, and unless she has some sort of real death wish in her job, it's going to happen. Smith also expected to drop his appeal in a separate case. This was dealing with the mishandling of classified documents, of course, after the prior dismissal due to Smith supposedly being illegitimately appointed. Essentially, they said he's a bad actor, he's a bad lawyer, he can't do this thing, so he's going to drop that as well. So what happens? This dismissal from the election interference charges and the charges for the documents shows that Trump essentially wins. This was the big deal to show that Trump actually did do something to try to overthrow the government by taking the regularly democratically elected officials, the people in the Electoral College that was sent to praying in Joe Biden, and replace them with Republicans who just say, no, we don't believe it, and just have things go crazy, send it back to the states where Republican legislatures would just make it happen for Trump. Didn't happen that way. January 6th happened in a riot. Most people were kind of wondering about what will happen from there. We know what happened from there. In the meantime, the actions here shows that Smith is going to be the bigger man, if you will, based on how you contend him being in this situation, or essentially just basically licking his wounds and moving away and trying to basically hide somewhere for the next 4 years, because he's obviously not getting any more jobs, any more big prosecutions, at least for the United States courts, while Trump or Vance are in charge. What do you think about this overthrowing, if you will, this throwing away, if you will, of the charges? What do you think about Smith packing up and giving up and just going home? What do you think of Donald Trump ultimately winning on these cases? What do you think about being in this grainy location? Let me know in the comments what you think about this story and other stories we produce for you here for the Conversation Project.